Hello, hello. All right. What is up? Hey guys. Hey Jen, hey Julie. All right. We are going to jam out for a few minutes. Probably more than a few minutes. Those of you who are like, wow, our hair's done. I just recorded an Instagram live on how I curl my hair. I get questions, and for the first time in my entire business, I'm answering your questions with all the tutorials you guys want because that is what you're asking for. And I know for myself, I love when people share their tips and tricks and all the good stuff with me. And so I'm doing it. I'm sharing it with you guys. No, I am not a fashion or beauty blogger, nor will I ever be. But I'm going to share my secrets with you. So yesterday on the blog, I talked about, in the blog, those of you who don't know about my blog, I blog, and I have this newfound love of blogging. Right on the first page of my blog, or my website, it actually says I'm an infrequent blogger because I've been a blogger for years and can't tell you the last time I posted a blog prior to this newfound love. So you guys are getting 3 blogs a week, filled to the brim with lifestyle, beauty, business, essential oils, all the things. I'm sitting like this because I'm really cold. I should probably turn the temperature up in the house. All my favorite things, all that good stuff. So guys, if you love what you're seeing, please share that with other people. Please, dog moaning behind me. Please share it with other people. Please Pinterest it. Please do whatever you need to do because I really want you guys to utilize this stuff and I want to know if you love it. So please share with me if this is something that you're enjoying. But yesterday on the blog, I shared with you all how to build a killer social media presence today, not tomorrow, not in 3 years' time. Today. So all action steps that you can put into play right now to build your business on social media. Many of you know this. I built a multiple 6-figure business through social media over the course of the past 4 years, and I love social media. I've kind of done a little bit of a shift from social media to a stationary website. Because that is just kind of where my heart is pulling me to go. But a lot of you are looking for guidance in social media, and I really want to help you. So you guys know that I've done a social media course. I've done a branding e-course. So all of these things, guys, if you are interested, you can find them on my website under the shop tab, and you can kind of dive a little bit deeper than what we're going to do today. But if you haven't looked at my blog, maybe start there because that's kind of what I'm pulling from today. And yeah, I'm going to give you my top tips, okay? I have the blog up just so I can kind of pull from it. But again, have any questions, please throw them here. The first thing I really want you guys to remember is that you need to know your brand. So who's your customer? Who's your customer? So if you're working on social media and you are starting to promote things on social media, that's awesome. I'm so proud of you. But who are you promoting to? What is your brand? Who is your customer, right? Who is the person? The number one way to get noticed on social media is to build a personal brand. Before you get freaked out about that though, it's not super difficult. A personal brand is how your community is going to see you. It is how they're going to follow you. It is what they think of when they think of you, right? So I remember for me, the moment that I got crystal clear on who I was targeting and who my brand was to be centered towards and what it was centered on and my colors and things like that, everything grew, okay? I'm actually doing business coaching with Rachel Hollis right now, and I've learned a lot. But the one thing that she always says is that if you confuse, you lose. So this is specifically to telling people what you do. But when it comes to social media, if you are confusing your customer with all these different brands and you're kind of all over the place and you're not talking specifically about one thing or a couple of different things, you're confusing them and you're going to lose them. So be clear on for me, what I believe a brand is, and if you are looking for guidance on brands specifically, I have an hour-long e-course on this. But when it comes to knowing your brand, for me, it's who is your target market. Because once you get crystal clear on your target, the remainder of it and the branding is going to come very super simple to you, okay? Number 2 is focus on the platforms you're really good at. And not only really good at, like excite you, and not only that, are things that are the place where your customer is. So Facebook is a bit of an older demographic. If you are a 20-year-old and you strategically are working with young millennials, so up to the age of 30, chances are they're hanging out on Instagram. Instagram is where the younger generation is. If you are in your 50s, chances are your demographic haven't dove into Instagram quite yet, or maybe they won't at all. So they're hanging out on Facebook. Maybe you're looking for those professionals, right? You're looking for the professionals who maybe have another business. Maybe they're already an entrepreneur and they want to do something else, or maybe they're a lawyer. Those people, chances are on LinkedIn. And LinkedIn now is becoming the new Facebook. I think Facebook is going to be soon. Many people have very different opinions on this. However, I believe that Facebook is just kind of dying out. So LinkedIn is great. Another one is Pinterest. The millennial generation, 1 and 2, it's like a stat, like 1 and 2 millennials are on Pinterest, and 1 and 2 millennials spend upwards of like an hour, I don't know if it's a week or a day or whatever it is, on Pinterest. So these are all places that, where is your demographic hanging out? So look at that. But not only that, I want you guys to think about, what are you really good at? I'm really good at Facebook and Instagram. And so I capitalize on Facebook and Instagram, right? Those are the 2 places that I really put my focus. But does that mean I don't copy and paste onto Pinterest and LinkedIn and Twitter? Totally, I totally do that, right? So capitalize on all these other options, but I want you to really focus on what you're good at. If you're really brutal at Instagram and the Instagram stories and those things freak you out, don't put all your time and energy in there, okay? That is okay, okay? A big thing for me is stay consistent. Stay consistent. Once you start out on social media, you create your profile, you get all excited, you're like, this is awesome, I'm gonna start building a social media presence. Great, right? That's amazing, and I'm very excited for you. But that energy and that passion can die off quickly because it's not easy. Building on social media isn't simple. It is not like the easiest thing to do in the world. So a lot of people will get into it and realize, oh, this is a little bit more difficult than I had anticipated, and then they stop. So one thing with social media is don't dive into it unless you have the time, number 1, and you're ready and willing to schedule it in. So for myself personally, I'm looking at my agenda across the table. It's stacked with receipts, so I won't show you. I can't reach it. But I, in my calendar, have my blogs, my social media posts, and the day I schedule, I have that all planned in so that I am consistent. So that most days there's 1 or 2 posts that are planned and ready to be fired off. Okay, so I hate to say it, but social media is going to require you to have a little bit of planning. I remember for a very long time, it was, oh no, I have to be super authentic and whatever it is that you believe, because that was my thing, right? It's inauthentic to plan social media posts. I didn't like planning things. What if I didn't feel like in the moment? What if I didn't feel like talking about that? Hey, Jen. But the truth of the matter is, not every day you're going to be inspired to post something. Not every day are you going to have content. If I every single day left things up to be super authentic and fun and whatever, you guys would be getting no makeup, robe photos every day. Because I truthfully don't have inspiration to share with you every single day, okay? So really, we have to think, how can we be consistent? Do you have time every day to sit down, find a photo or take a photo, and create a post for your community? And if the answer is no, then we're gonna have to schedule some time in so that you can be consistent with your social media. I run a coaching program, and one thing that I teach my coaching clients is to schedule 1 day a week, even if it's 1 day a week for you to schedule in your social media posts or your blogs. It's so simple. Like, it really is a simple act to schedule this stuff in. It's just, it has to be a priority. So once a week at the minimum for me, because that's typically most of my business is online. But once a week, I have a day scheduled in where I do primarily blog and social media posts and schedules. So I use an app on my phone. It's also on the computer, those of you who I just changed your life, called Planoly. So Planoly. I was paying for it. Now I'm not paying for it, and it's basically the same thing. So not entirely sure what the paid option is or what it's to be used for. So it's free, great option. And basically what you do is you go on to Planoly, you upload all of your photos. I'll go into Planoly. I'll typically upload all my photos or photos I like and kind of are prompting ideas for me. And then I'll click on them and I will schedule. I am going to grab my agenda just so I can show you guys what I do. This is what tax season looks like. That's only like a month. So this is I'll be very honest with you, very ugly planner that I got from HomeSense. However, the inside of it is awesome. So I got it at HomeSense for $6. Budget, right? Budget friendly. It's undated, and it's called an open dated planner. And I just actually use this for blogging primarily. But what I do in this is I will actually go through and I will write in what's coming up. So 9 a.m., find your why. 2 p.m., MLM for the millennial, sold out. You know what's about to be posted. And I'll write them all out. I will then put a circle beside it in orange or a color if it's not been done yet. So if it hasn't actually been created yet. So thanks, the iced mocha hair. So I will then go in and I will say, okay, cool. So I look at my week and I'll say, awesome. I have 3 or 4 that I need to create. And I also have to schedule my blog post, and I have to create a post for to announce the blog or whatever it is. I'll put it all into Planoly. I'll schedule it. What Planoly does is they will then send me a notification. It's the only notification I have on my phone. They'll send me a notification saying, hey, Britt, it's time to post. And I go in, copy, paste, boom, and it's done. So this, for me, the biggest piece of the puzzle when it comes to social media is consistency. Consistency is a need. Like, it's not, oh, well, you know, I'm just going to start building on social media and see what happens, because you're going to lose your audience. You're going to lose your group that's following you. And so you really need to stay consistent. It is very easy in today's day and age. Guys, I was killing the social media game. I was like, I don't know, I had 5,000 followers and I was getting over 100 likes per post. But Instagram is great these days. And I have a ton of followers. I have 10,000 plus followers and I get minimal likes. But reminder, guys, it's, what's the quote here? I have things written down clearly. Just so you know, I like notes. Where is the, being an influencer means that you influence people, not that you have a social following or you get an absurd amount of likes. So there are many of you here that are like, oh, no one likes my post, I'm gonna stop. Guys, some posts I put up, like I put up a post the other day, got 6 likes, 6 of 10,000 people like it? What? But not everybody likes stuff. That doesn't mean that I'm not an influencer, okay? Same goes for you guys. Stay consistent, and I promise you, you are going to start to influence people. But you have to stay consistent, because if you fall off the bus, they're gonna be like, well, what am I following her for, right? So stay consistent. So an agenda like this, 1 day a week of scheduling, maybe 1 day a month. If you have the time to sit down 1 day a month and you're inspired, guys, for me, it's like 1 day a week and I sit down with half a bottle of wine, sometimes a full bottle, and I write. That's okay. If that's what you need to be inspired and to get those juices flowing, who cares? Drink the Kool-Aid. It's fine, okay? That is all right. It's okay. Okay, so the next thing is create conversation. As you can tell, I get very heated on this topic, and if you want the real goods, this is just a glimpse. If you want the real goods, you go onto that blog post. There's actually 2 links in there for you to snag my social media trainings. I've never had them up and available for purchase with recordings. So this is the first time, and who knows how long they'll be there for. But I want you to create conversation. There's literally nothing worse on the internet when people get caught up in the whole show, right? People are, it's like they utilize social media as like this like show and tell, right? It's like, oh, look what I do. I'm so cool. I'm out on the beach. I'm so cool. Look how awesome I am. There's literally nothing worse than that. So they post, offer little to no value to people, and then they don't engage. You guys see those people that literally they have all these followers and maybe they do give some pretty decent content, but they never engage with you. So they post about how they, I don't know, they utilize something, they use something in their hair. And then they have people asking where they got their hair product from or where their shoes are from, and they never reply. So you have to remember that when you start building a social media following, these people respect you and they want to know what you're up to. They want to know what you're using. They want to know what you eat or whatever, random stuff. So we want you guys to remember that when you're on social media, you're creating this community, respond to comments, like people's comments. It's a conversation and not this one-man show. It's not a monologue. It's a conversation that you are creating with your community. Okay, so make sure that you are keeping up with the social and social media, okay? Because that is a huge portion. And the last point is value, value, value. Every single time I put up a post, I ask myself, would I read it? If not, I don't post it. Is it something that's valuable and adds something to somebody's life? Or is it something that I would share with my friends? If so, then it's a goodie. If not, it's either in defense of something that's happened to somebody or to you, or it's showing off something, or it really isn't useful. So if it's not something you would read yourself, if it's not something that you find value in for yourself, that you would read, that you would be interested in looking at, why are we posting it? Okay, provide content to your community. This goes for anything, really. Provide content to your community, provide content to your email newsletter list that people actually want to read, and that is of value to somebody's life. Because if it's not, what are we doing, right? We're really missing the whole game here. So, any of you guys have any questions? I know that there's quite a few of you that jumped in. I'm on Plan and looked at Planoly as an option because I love the desktop scheduler option. Planoly, I didn't know for a very long time, was online. And I was just using the app to schedule like days worth of Instagram posts. Can tell you now, the day that I found that it was online, I was very excited. All right, I know Facebook's a little delayed, so I'll stay for 2 seconds. But you guys, if you're interested, I will drop the link to the blog in the comments right now. You guys can go peek. All righty. Okie doke. I love to type. Me too. None of my Instagram posts are ever done on my phone. They're always done on the computer through Planoly. Alrighty, sweet friends. If you have any questions at all, please let me know, and I would be more than happy to help you. And again, peek through the blog post. There's a little bit more detail there. There is some amazing courses in there that you can look through if you need social media help or are looking for some guidance. Thanks, Jen. Jen said, I did the social media course and it's gold. Thanks, my girlfriend. Again, have a great day, guys, and I will talk to you all soon.